if you wanted to call them the Illuminati or the planetary cabal, they're not running this game. They're being manipulated by extraterrestrials. And those extraterrestrials need fear as a food supply. They call it loosh. And so what they're doing is the closer that this cabal gets to being exposed and defeated, which is happening, and there's more and more signs of that, which we can talk about, there is more and more pushback from the spiritual realms. And these negative entities do have the ability to mess around and do things. So everything is reaching this point of crashing drama because these bad guys do not want to lose. And so they're fighting with everything they've got. They're trying constantly to create new wars and new problems for us. Ultimately, we're dealing with a spiritual battle. And if you only look at it in terms of who's here on Earth, you're not going to really get what's happening. There are ETs all over the place. There's a whole lot of interest in our planet right now. There's all kinds of new people out there that are not usually the people that hang out in our solar system. There's a whole lot of very, very interesting stuff going on if you have contact with the type of insiders that I do, which unfortunately very, very few people are in contact with these guys. So I'm one of the only people that can actually leak this kind of information to the public. You got to understand that this is essentially a proxy war that we're seeing on Earth. And what a proxy war means is, like, for example, the Korean War was really U.S. versus USSR, but the USSR had, was supporting the Koreans, and then America was supporting the other side. So Afghanistan was another example. The Afghanistan war was essentially a U.S. versus USSR proxy war. So what we're seeing on Earth is like between the U.S. and Russia, is ultimately a proxy war between factions of extraterrestrial groups that are providing intel and actual strategy and even intervention and battle actions. So it's rather complicated to explain, but there's all kinds of stuff going on behind the scenes right now that if the average person knew about it, it would completely be the taking the red pill approach. The various extraterrestrials that have tinkered with our DNA for thousands of years programmed us for certain things. One of the things they programmed us with is that we have a huge bandwidth of emotions, much more than most other groups, which is our greatest weakness, and it also potentially makes us very threatening to them, because when we harness the power of our emotions, we can make massive spiritual growth very quickly.